Short Shot is one of MDickie's oldest games. The gameplay might look simple and kind of mediocre, but the story, or what you can take from it, is actually really interesting. You play as Major Merc and Sergeant Asa, two soldiers sent to an enemy island during a war, and your job is to fight through different waves of enemies while trying not to hit your own teammates by mistake. The game doesn't really explain much. There is no story, no dialogue, just action. But that's exactly why I wanted to talk about it. Because even though the game seems a little basic, the ending is so expected that it made me start to wonder what really happened here. So here's my version of the story and maybe how it connects to some of the other things going on in the MDickie universe. So sit back and let us begin. A long time ago, before the events of Hardtime and some other MDickie games, there was a massive global conflict that led to a long and brutal war with no real clear goal or reason. A war that was fought out of anger and just rage. This is the world we enter in Short Shot. You follow the perspective of Major Merc and Sergeant Asa, soldiers sent to raid an island held by enemy soldiers. At the start of the mission, their islands were about like 50, but slowly they started falling one by one. Either they were killed, captured by the enemies, or some desperate ones were, let's just say, they blew up. Even though most of their islands were allies were gone, Merc and Asa pushed forward, destroying enemy camps, freeing any hostage they could find, and eventually they would successfully wipe out the enemy soldiers from the island and complete the mission. After the mission was complete, an extraction helicopter shows up to extract the remaining team. But then, something weird happens. Major Merc suddenly turns on Asa, shoots him and flies away with the helicopter alone. There was no dialogue, no reason. The screen just fades and the game ends. Okay, now, at first it is really confusing. I mean, there was no sign of any conflict or problems between them, and they were always fighting side by side. They almost looked like friends, to be honest. You could make the argument that Merc was just following secret orders given to him, but that doesn't really make any sense, to be honest. So here's my own speculation. What if Major Merc was possessed or mind control even? I know it kind of sounds far-fetched, but we've seen stuff like this before. In almost all MDickie games, apart from hunger, there is something arguably more important, which is their sanity. And when people lose their sanity, they are no longer in control and are just overcome by anger and rage. Even in another MDickie game, New Testament, it was revealed that the entity known as, Satan, is the one that usually takes control of the characters during this state. So maybe Merc lost his mind and maybe the war pushed him over the edge, and in that moment the entity just took over and made him, abandon Asa. Then after the war, he probably came back to his senses and regretted what he did. But hey, at least in other games they seem to be best friends. I don't know, maybe Merc rescued him and apologized or something, and then they started doing stuff together. Because, for example, Wrestling Evolution, they are always tag team partners, and in other games they are just doing stuff together, so I'm guessing they are best buddies. So at least their story ended in a somewhat good note. Either way, Short Shot might seem like just an old school shooter, but if you look deeper, it is the start of a much darker story in the MDickie universe. A story of war and an unseen force controlling the characters and basically just causing never-ending conflicts among themselves. So yeah, that's just my speculation, a smiley speculation. That still sounds cringe. I don't know why I'm still saying it. I don't want to copy math part. Shit, it sounds fucking cringe. But anyway, thanks for watching. If you reach this far, just subscribe. You're already in this side of the video. Just subscribe, please. Subscribe for more theories. I'm planning to do a theory on a game outside of MDickie. Still looking for one. I am recording in my closet and it is extremely hard to breathe. So if you are wondering why I've been talking fast or the script was kind of rushed, that is why I am. Oh my god, I'm struggling to breathe. I don't have a good mic, so look, I'm using my earpiece. I think you guys can fucking hear it from here. So I don't really have a choice but to record in my closet so the sounds, well, the outside sounds don't disturb the video. Anyway, thanks for watching this video and I'll see you next time. Have a smiley day. I don't know why I call you guys anymore. Bye bye.